Morning all. By the time you see this, it'll be the evening, so I'll say it. Evening all. Right. If you want to be entered into the draw for the Light Seers Tarot deck, all nicely wrapped up by Chris Ann, you need to be subscribed and you need to enter into the comments anything along with a name, for this delightful seahorse that I've made for raffle for Bluebellwood Children's Home. For the new subscribers, welcome. Welcome. And to the subscribers that have been with me since day dot, thank you very much. And for those who have continued to subscribe and like and comment and sit through the ads and all that, I am eternally grateful, because the money that I receive from YouTube revenue goes directly to Bluebellwood Children's Hospice. I've already received the figure that I'm due to receive at the end of this month, which is, I think it's £211. I've put it on my post tab, and already by the time Bluebellwood get that, they will have received £500 in the last 2 months since I was monetized. It's excellent news, and I'm so grateful. And I sometimes do forget to remind you how important you are, because your engagement in this channel is what earns the money, basically. Your likes, your comments, the subscription, people subscribing and sitting through the ads. It's hugely important. Right. This reading, I'm going to put it up. I'm going to set it as a premiere, which means that it's not live, obviously, but the chat will be live when it's up. So I'm talking to you before, hours and hours before. I've got one of those days off where I've got an hour to spare. I thought I'd do it in the day, which gives me time to do other things until it premieres. This one is about Keir Starmer's upcoming visit to the United States, and what the tarot might have to tell us about that. So the cards I'm working with today, I'm going to draw a Wisdom of the Oracle. People who don't know, I always read from the book when I draw one Wisdom of the Oracle or any Oracle card, because that's how you're meant to do it. Unless I get a huge intuitive hit from it, and then I won't pick the book up, but I will be doing that. And seeing as how we've been receiving the same bloody cards over the last few times when it's got anything to do with Starmer, then I've decided to use the Tarot of Mystical Moments by Katrin Weltstein, because the illustrations are totally different. So we might just get out of that hermit business, and if we don't get out the hermit business, it's clearly fate. Right, I'm going to do an oracle card first. What do they want to tell us about this visit that Starmer has requested with Donald Trump? Now, I believe someone has been from another European country, has gone to visit, I think it's Poland, has been to visit Donald Trump. Trump kept them waiting beyond the appointment time, and he only got an 11-minute conversation out of Trump. So is that the sort of herald of things to come for Starmer? Starmer requested this visit. Trump didn't ask Starmer to come to see him, and apparently Starmer is going armed with a letter from the king inviting him to a state visit. We all know that Trump likes the royal family. He particularly liked the Queen. Not so sure that Trump is that egotistical that he'll be blindsided by a request from the king, but let's see what the cards have to say. We have Blessed in reverse. Blessed in reverse. This is what it looks like the right way up. So I'm going to read the definition for the reversed card of blessed. Number 22. That's an angel number. 22, blessed. 22, where's the reversal? The protection message is what we read when it's a reverse card. Now is a time for calmness and well-being in spite of temporary conditions. If there are dissonant notes in the music of your life, all that means is that you must go within and fine-tune the extraordinary instrument that you are. Find harmony within yourself and don't look to the outer world to provide certainty. This too shall pass, and once again your life will be filled with beautiful, beautiful music. Now, I'm wondering whether that's harping on to Starmers seems to have some clear obsession with his image and what people think about him. He did a speech up in Scotland. I don't know whether it was yesterday or Friday or Saturday. I'm not sure what day it was because I've not been in the loop. I really haven't. I've been unwell. I've had issues with technology and all that. So it's my understanding that Starmer did a speech in Scotland and he was really trying to put people off from the Reform Party. So he's clearly worried about his outer image. And this card in reverse, his advice would be to actually take a good look in the mirror and look at himself, maybe, and try and dig something up that other people might respond to in a positive light. So that's the Oracle card. Let's have a look at, let's just have a look at the tarot. These are different tarot cards. They're completely different. The illustrations are different, and I get a lot of different things from them. I don't necessarily read them as the original Rider-Waite's. The thing is with tarot cards, there are so many different tarot cards on the market. Some of them have completely bastardized the original point of tarot. But they are fun to work with, and quite often the imagery just give you an intuitive hit. So I'm hoping that these cards are going to get me away from the same cards that I'm getting from the Rider-Waite tarot all the time. But I will say my preferred tarot cards, my go-tos are always the Rider-Waite, but there are some decks that I have that I absolutely adore. And this one is one of them. And the Silicon Way Shimmering Veil Tarot, I get a lot from that too. Some of the tarot cards, if you're interested, that have sort of definitions on them, they distract me from my flow, if you like. I'm going to put 4 down to start with. Right, we've got the 4. Right, we've got the High Priestess and the King of Pentacles. So what I'm getting from this straight away is that Starmer is totally unsure of what he's going to come up against when he goes to America. It's quite a tentative step for him. Trump being the forefront of the Ukraine the negotiations with Putin over the war in Ukraine. Starmer wasn't invited. Starmer's kicked back over that and tried to roust up the European countries as a sort of a buffer to whatever it is that Trump's trying to achieve. His sort of these are tentative steps with this High Priestess. He doesn't know what he's going to face when he gets there. He's requested this meeting. This ship and the ocean. Straight away, I'm feeling like stomach gurgling type. It's nervousness. I think he's very nervous about this. Very nervous about his visit. He's hoping to show up as the King of Pentacles. This is someone who is definitely got all his life in order, his command of his finances, the country's finances, the country's security, because Pentacles are also about security. On top of it, he's hoping to show up as someone who is on top of it. But he's, of course, this is the Three of Swords, is incredibly worried that he's going to have some hurty words thrown at him, some home truths told to him. He's worried about the hurty words. And of course, Trump can be quite cutting when he wants to be, and he doesn't suffer fools. And so he's wanting to show up as the King of Pentacles, but he's also aware that he might come away quite emotionally wounded, or his ego definitely wounded by this meeting. So that's the issue with that. And then the wound. Because this man in the Three of Swords is looking towards the Hierophant. The Hierophant is the judge in this. And if you look, this is the wise old owl teaching the little girl a lesson, reading a story. It could be, this feels like instructions. I think Starmer knows that there's going to be something quite crushing going to happen, and that in the end he will have to bow down. He will have to learn his lesson. Whatever that lesson is that Trump wants to give him, there seems to be a major putting in his place going to go on over in America. Now, I don't think we're going to hear about that, because that wouldn't look good for a leader of a country to reveal the embarrassment, the humiliation. But I'm feeling humiliation here. He's worried about it. I think he knows it's coming. But Trump is showing up as the wise old owl, teaching him a thing or two about life and lessons. But it's also very much about this, being on top of your finances, being on top of the country's economy, being on top of security issues. It feels very much like all of that. And I think Trump's going to tell him a few. He's going to tell him a few hurty words. This owl is also pointing, the head is looking at this man in the Three of Swords. I think he's going to teach him a few lessons. And it's going to bruise his ego somewhat. It's going to tell him a few things. Whether he actually takes any notice of that and changes his tack, hopefully the cards will tell us. So, this High Priestess, there's some real nervousness about this. There's quite a lot still hidden here. Right. Oh, right. Straight away, I'm getting Starmer's got some secrets, and Trump knows about it, and this is why his arsehole is twitching. And it's much larger than it's much larger than his current family life, shall we say. It's much larger than that. It's much larger than his personal life. It's also about his work life too. So we've got the Wheel of Fortune. By going to America, Starmer in his mind is taking a huge gamble. Because he knows, I think Starmer knows that Trump knows something about Starmer. It's nothing to do with his work life, though. His family life. This is to do with his work background, and I think Trump's got the info. But with Trump, the cogs are whirring. He's strategizing how he can get Starmer to capitulate and see things from his perspective rather than Starmer's stance, shall we say. So the fate is upon him. The mirror cracked. What is it? The mirror cracked from side to side. What is it? It's from the Lady of Shalott. The mirror cracked from side to side. The something has come upon me, cried the Lady of Shalott. I think this is the Starmer's Lady of Shalott moment. If for those of you who don't know the story of Lady Shalott, it's a huge long poem. And it's about this lady that's in this tower. She can't look out directly at the people below. She's got to, in order to look at the outside world, she's got to look through a mirror. But then this young man comes through the village. She notices him, he's singing. She turns to look directly through the window at him, and the mirror cracked. And as a result, she died. The curse, she was cursed. That's the thing. So the mirror cracked from side to side. The curse has come upon me, cried the Lady of Shalott. And I think this is Starmer's mirror cracking moment, and he knows it. He knows it could go either way. This very much feels like the curse. Right, might not make any sense, but I can see the Lady of Shalott in my mind and the mirror cracking, and very much so looking through the mirror rather than looking out of the window. It's like hiding because he doesn't want to see. He doesn't want to see what's right at the end of his nose. He's got this huge. It's a set of ideals that he's had instilled in him. This is like this feels like he's been indoctrinated, and he can't see the wood for the trees. But the curse that's upon that indoctrination is seen is the curse, and the curse is going to be broken. And I think he's worried that that's going to happen, because I think in the back of his mind, he knows he's cursed. So let's have one for the King of Pentacles and the Three of Swords. The mirror cracked from side to side. The curse has come upon me, cried the Lady of Shalott. The Sun. So we're now looking at these two and the Sun. So he wants to appear to be as though he's got all his ducks in a row. He's worried about being told a few things. This Sun is the disinfectant, and I think Trump is going to use the information that he has and the knowledge that he already has, it's secret knowledge, to shine a light on all of this. This feels like Starmer's bubble is going to burst here. We won't see this publicly, I can tell you that for nothing. We will not see this publicly. What we will see is a reversal, a very, very slow reversal, it feels like. A slow reversal of policy. Or he won't say he's just going to shut up and go in a different direction, but he's not going to do it immediately, because then we'll know he's being had by Trump. He's going to do it very, very slowly. It feels like there is going to be some reversals of policies, and don't know, but it feels like right. I've got two, so I'm going to take them. And the first one's up. We've got the King of Swords. Right. The King of Swords is a strategizer. He's got the information. He's going to tell him what information he's got on him, and he's going to use that information to put Starmer in a hole, to put him in a situation where he can't escape from. And his only way out of that is to reverse. Starmer's going to be very, very wounded by Trump. Very wounded by Trump. But Trump has the better hand, because Trump is the King of Swords. This is someone who's could be an excellent general. It could be a really excellent lawyer. And I'm not talking about Starmer here. This much bigger, much better than him. And the King of Swords here, if you look, the bird eye is over the eye of the man in this illustration. This is someone who right, this is very much about spying. Right, we've had the spy card, the Knight of Swords, quite a few times for Starmer. The Knight is a younger person, less experienced. This is someone with a lot of experience. And this is why Starmer is hiding. He's worried. He's very worried. But he's got to face Trump at some point. He's got to face him. And I think this is what he's dreading. And then we've got the Magician. Whew. This is all about information. This is all about information personally about Starmer. Not necessarily his private life. It's to do with his work. If you look, the curse is upon him. It gets broken by all what's going to be said. Light is shone to Keir Starmer on what the US know about him. Very, very professional spies have been on the case for this. In order to get Trump to pull the rabbit out of the hat, he said he was going to do it, and he's going to do it by any means necessary. Information, spying, lawyers. He's got a crack team on it, and Trump is showing up here as the magician. Anything he wants to bring about, he will. Right, so what are we going to find out? King of Wands. This is someone who look at that card. It feels very Lucifer-y to me, although it isn't. But this woman's got horns. This is someone who is very, very fiery. Someone with who will not think twice about starting a feud, a war. Someone who's very creative in their work life and their private life. Someone who's inspirational. You've got the Magician and you've got the King of Wands. The Magician can pull the rabbit out of the hat, but the King of Wands has the wand, has the magic wand, the Midas touch. This is... So he's going to have the hurty words. There are a lot of people around that. But what about Starmer? Because this is all telling me about Trump. What's going to happen with Starmer? Right, we've got the Queen of Wands. This Queen of Wands has got a peacock tail dress. What's going to happen to Starmer? The tail's down. It's not up. He's not show-offy anymore. He's not spouting anymore. I think this is going to make Starmer a little bit more humble. And if you look, we've got the Queen of Wands card. This looks like a sun. Just below the sun card, it's like the information that's going to come out is going to humble Keir Starmer considerably. So is he going to come back with anything for the British people? I'm just feeling that Trump's going to get whatever he wants out of Starmer because he's got something on him, quite a lot of stuff on him. And then we've got the Three of Pentacles in reverse. Now, the Three of Pentacles is about collaboration, working together to achieve a common aim. It came out in reverse. I think Trump might, well, refuse to work with Starmer on a close basis. I think maybe the special relationship is not going to be quite so special, and I think it feels as though that's got something to do with Starmer's allegiance to Europe rather than our probably more beneficial partner. I think Starmer's going to shy away from Trump quite a lot. We don't want to end up at war with United States. I don't think that's going to happen. I'm not sure. Is he going to move toward more? Is Starmer going to move more towards Europe and away from America? Is that what you're telling me? But in a way, it's fate. This is fated because Starmer's cursed. It feels like he's definitely been indoctrinated from a very, very young age. And people who have worked, I've worked with indoctrinated people. People who have been indoctrinated, it's really, really difficult to get them to change their mind or to see anybody else's point of view. And then we've got the Lovers. So they're not going to work together. But I think even though the relationship between the UK and the US is going to be quite strained for some time, but there is still the offer of a partnership there. There's still the offer there on the table. Is he going to take it? Starmer's going to move away from. He's going to move away from it because he doesn't want to be told any home truths. But the offer is still very much there for partnership. And then we've got the Three of Wands in reverse. So no, there isn't going to be any new deal. There isn't any. There aren't any ships to come in from this. There doesn't seem to be anything coming out of this. You've got the Three of Pentacles in reverse and the Three of Wands in reverse. No collaboration, no new deal. Nah. However, even though there's no collaboration, no new deal, there is still an offer there. I think Starmer's going to be given an ultimatum. You either do this or we're out. We're not going to help you out anymore. What's Starmer going to choose? Are you going to tell us or are you not? Page of Wands. We've got the Page of Wands. I'm just looking at this card because it's completely different to a Page of Wands. I think there's an ultimatum here. Either you work with us and we do deals together, the relationship's on the table. Don't forget, we're watching. Strangely enough, there's nothing at all here that's telling me anything about the internet. It's not telling me anything about Labour's Starmer's demand from Google to lower all the security for people on in an iPhone, not Google, Apple. What's going to happen with this then? Where's right? This is with if you either do a deal with us or not. We'll do a deal with you. However, if you don't do a deal with us, we're going to watch your every move. And I'm feeling like it's going to get broadcast and all. Yeah, we're going to watch your every move, and we'll end you. It feels. I think he's in a way, going to be legally, shall we say, legally blackmailed. It's not, this is the art of the deal. Trump has got so much on this man. He could, if he wanted to, end him as Prime Minister. I don't mean anything sinister. I mean end his position as Prime Minister and his entire government. He's got the spies out. They've got the information. We still will do a deal with you, but you've got to toe the line. And if you don't toe the line, we will broadcast everything we know. And after that, there will be no more Prime Minister, no more Labour Party, because the people won't put up with it. Whether we actually see any of that remains to be seen. My guess is we probably won't see any of that, because no one will want to be publicly humiliated to that degree. But I think if we are going to see any public humiliation, it will be because Starmer has refused to do a deal that's satisfactory to the United States. Right. I'll see you soon. Take care. Ta-ra!